we've seen the return of one of our monthly events, Summer Dance. It's the dice event. This event is mainly good for two groups of people, I guess. You have the heavy spenders, obviously, who can go all the way to 5,000 Corolla tokens to get the March skins, and it's also a pretty efficient way of getting these legendary tokens, I think, if you're a really big spender. But I think for most of us, its best use is getting these Black Diamond Commanders to grey at least for just the 100 tokens, and that's actually fairly attainable for everyone. You can quite consistently get to that point. If you can get to the 10 roll milestone, if you get there, you should be getting the 100 tokens just off the drops along the way. The problem is you can only get 6 of these plus the free one per event. So the most efficient way to do this is actually to buy these out, but then not spend them until the next event. And then when you can buy them up again, you can go to the 10 rolls, and that should get you whatever you want guaranteed. I think the most important or most valuable thing you can get here, if you don't have any of them, or at least how I'd rank them in like a tier list, would be you want Theon first. He has the best tavern stats, first of all. He has leadership and combat rate, but even at grey he's just amazing for rebel leaders. And none of these are going to give much value outside of rebel leaders or tavern stats realistically. So Theon will give you a lot more value there than anything else. After that, it's probably either Annie or Julian. I'd say Annie just because she's the more expensive one to get. If you're buying her through other means, you need to spend at least 200 black diamonds to get a gold through either the legendary pass or her packs. So getting her to grey is decent through that. And I mean, if you're pure free to play and it's just for tavern stats and rebel leaders, maybe the value isn't necessarily there for her, but I think that's probably the second best option. And then the next one will be Julian. He has 4-star combat rate. He'll be good in stuff like Werewood Memories, against cavalry rebel leaders, stuff like that. And then the others are a bit not much of a muchness. None of these will be useful for rebel leaders in any way, or training grounds, or PvP. It will just really be like tavern stats and elite trials damage probably. So you have Latz has 4-star combat rate, Layla has 3-star, and then Lena and Andrea have 4-star leadership. So pick what you want through them basically. For the March skins, if you're going all the way to 5k and choosing between these, I think the star one is probably slightly better. It's 5% total attack versus the 20% marching speed. Total attack just mathematically is a bit too good to turn down there. The marching speed is useful, but you can just use things like march speed ups to bridge the gap regardless. You can't do that with total attack. And his owned bonus is slightly better too. 5% rally marching speed versus 5% spear attack reduction. So I'd get this, and then the squid one second, unless you want to get like tokens for awakening with what you have left over, which is a very good option too. There's a few tricks to this, like I said, with the saving the dice. These do roll over between events. There isn't a rush to spend them. I feel like it's sort of deliberately designed to bait you into spending black diamonds to get you to this 10 milestone. The free attempt will not refresh daily. You only have it once throughout the event. The only other real trick is these gold dice. You'll get them from like landing on this or passing the starting point. You'll ideally want to use these if you land on these ×2 spots, because if you use them on there, it will ×2 for ×2, so it'll be ×4. So if you say use it here and then roll a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that will give you 4 gold dice, which is obviously amazing if you use the gold dice on that spot. And then here, this one isn't as good. This spot is definitely higher value because there's the 2 epic tokens, so you can hit 8 epic tokens there if you use a gold dice, or 120 Corolla tokens. Whereas this one's a bit more awkward. You have the 4 epic tokens, 80 bucks, 120 Corolla tokens again. But the 2 epic tokens is a very nice pickup if you can get that. It's obviously a pay-to-win event, but it's nice that you can get the free-to-play value out of it. And I think every lower spending player should be looking to maximize what they get out of this. And if you're not doing the carryover with the dice, you're probably losing a lot of potential out of this event, which you could be getting with just a little bit more patience.